Hello everyone, welcome to Digital Storytelling. My name is Professor Ruth. I'm sure most of you are used to this type of student-teacher introduction at this point. Thankfully, this course is still partially seated, so I will be able to meet all of you in person shortly. So before I talk about the course, I just want to give you a little bit of an introduction to myself. So as I mentioned, my name is Professor Ruth, and I have been teaching digital storytelling at SUNY New Paltz for the last 8 years. So I was one of the first teachers to teach it, and I have continued teaching ever since, simply because I love this class. The learning curve that students go through it's so rewarding for me to witness as a teacher. I'd say about 90% of the students who enter digital storytelling have no idea how to make a video other than pressing play and pause on their phone. And by the end of the semester, you'll have produced short fictions of your own that you could submit to film festivals. So that may seem daunting at this point, but I promise I'll walk you through step by step. I'm not going to leave anyone behind. And even though this course is more remote than it is seated, at any point during the semester, as long as my health remains solid, I can meet you on campus for office hours or independent meetings. Okay, so a few other details about me. I graduated from New Paltz with a double major in photography in the art department and journalism in art department. Late in my New Paltz career, I found video, so I decided to go to grad school at Tufts University, where I studied video art. And for me, it was a really beautiful way to combine my love for writing with my love for visual art. Let me just read my notes here. I apologize. Okay, so what am I doing now? I am teaching, obviously. I also have a second and, as of recently, a third job. I am also a podcaster. So I host a weekly podcast through a radio station in New York City called Breakthrough Radio. And I interview artists and other people in the creative field once a week. So that's my other paying job. And then this summer, I was awarded a grant to produce a podcast series about Newburgh, which is the city I recently moved to shortly before the pandemic. So if any of you are from Newburgh or live in Newburgh, please reach out. Maybe we could collaborate on an episode. So I will say my focus currently is more so on podcasting and video art. We have other teachers in the department who are based more so in documentary filmmaking. Megan Sperry is a wonderful colleague. I'm sure many of you will have her in the future. Okay, so enough about me. Let's talk about the course. So I'm going to try to keep this video under 10 minutes. So let's see if we can do this. So this course, if we think about it in terms of the name, digital storytelling, there are two components to that name, right? There's digital and then there's storytelling. So it was created in that way to really place the emphasis equally on our ability to technically produce a film, but also how to convincingly tell a story. Okay, I'm sure many of us have seen those Al Pacino movies that were on a super high budget where the production and special effects are just amazing and mind-blowing, but the movie is lame, right? So my job as a teacher of this course is to encourage you not just to how to get the best image or the best quality of audio, but how to create an engaging, emotional story. Okay, so let me pause, sorry. So the 3 assignments that we will have over the course of the semester, the first one is a podcast. Okay, and every student is going to produce one episode of a podcast of their creation. So you have a lot of freedom in terms of what you want your podcast to be about. You could do a journalistic approach and have an interview with someone who is newsworthy. Or if you're into comedy, you could do some kind of comedy skit. There are deeper storytelling podcasts. So for our first assignment, you'll see in this folder, I'm going to have you guys listen to 3 or 4 different types of podcasts to get a sense of the different styles that are available. And then you can choose which style and method of producing you would like to execute. Okay, so that's the first assignment. And for that assignment, as of now, as I'm recording this video, the end of July, we are using Audition, which is an Adobe program, and it works seamlessly with Adobe Premiere. So those are the 2 programs we will be focusing on this semester. Okay, so first project is audio only. The second project is going to be a news package. Okay, so this is going to be nonfiction. I'm going to take away all of the creativity and freedom that I offered you for the podcast assignment, and I'm going to give you a whole bunch of rules. Just like in journalistic style of writing, we have to keep this material short and concise and under 2 minutes. Okay, so during the news package, we're also going to learn valuable production skills. We're going to learn how to interview, how to physically ask the questions, and also how to frame your subject. Okay, so your framing of the subject should look something like where I am in the frame right now. So this is the center of the frame, and I am a little bit off. Move over this way, maybe a tad. And we're going to follow the rule of thirds. Okay, so when you interview someone, you don't want to have them right in the center. You want to have them off to the third with a little bit of space above their head and about mid-torso. Okay, so we'll learn how to interview. We will learn how to do green screen technology. So for those skills, we're going to do those in the classroom together, one at a time. And you guys are going to record an introduction and a conclusion in front of a green screen. Okay, and then I'll show you how to remove the background, and we're going to place you inside a TV studio, which is basically just a screenshot from Google. Okay, and the third project is going to be a single scene that you guys will write from a short fiction film. Okay, so I'll give you lots of student examples. Don't feel overwhelmed. I basically help you write the script. Even if we're fully remote, I promise I'll hold your hand through that process. So the most important thing you'll learn during the short fiction film is something called full coverage, which is when you film the entire scene from 3 different angles, and then you edit all of those angles together to create a dynamic scene. All right, so that's really brief. Again, just to summarize, 3 major projects. First one is a podcast, second one is a news package, and third one is a fiction. Okay, 1 scene from a fiction film. Normally, during non-COVID times, the second and third projects are group projects. But ethically this semester, I don't feel comfortable requiring you guys to work in groups. So you will have the ability to choose if you want to work with another student on these projects, or if you want to do so independently. I'm absolutely okay with you doing that. All right, so I have 5 seconds before my 10-minute goal. So coming up after this is going to be a short video on what equipment is needed for this class. I'll see you then. Bye.